Alright, hello YouTube. Today we are going to learn about polynomials. Now, the standard form of a trinomial, which is when you only have three terms, is ax squared plus bx plus c. This is what we are going to be working on for this unit. This is also called a quadratic function. Whenever you have an x squared term, that's a quadratic. Now, there are skills that you should know when you're working with polynomials. The first thing is FOIL, or the tabular method. FOIL stands for first, outer, inner, last. You need to know how to write stuff in expanded form. So let's do that. Here is an example. We have 2x plus 3 times 5x plus 7. 2x plus 3 times 5x plus 7. We need to do the FOIL on it, which is first, outer, inner, last. We multiply it like so. So we first multiply 2x times 5x, which will give you 10x squared. Then we do 2x times 7, which is 14x. Then we do the outer, which is 3 to 7, which is first, outer, inner. Now it's inner, which is 3 times 5, which is 15x. And now we do last, which is 3 times 7. You add those up and you get 10x squared plus 29x plus 21, and now we are done. You can use the FOIL method, or similarly, you can use something called the tabular method. For the tabular method, we draw the Punnett square, or just a table, and we write the factors on top and the factors on the bottom. Now you multiply, for this box, you multiply the row and the column together. 2x times 5x is 10x squared. For this box, we go up, which is 3. To the side, we get 5, so multiply those. 3 times 5, x is 15x. 2 times 7 is 14x. And 3 times 7 is 21. Now you add everything up, and you're left with 10x squared plus 29x plus 21, and now we are done. So there's two ways to write the expanded form, the FOIL and the tabular. Now the second skill you should know is called factoring. Factoring is when you have something in expanded form and you make it into something that looks like x plus a x plus b. I suggest use the reverse tabular method to keep factoring organized. Step number 1. This is how you use the reverse tabular method. If you can, divide everything by a common factor. Well, if you look at 2x squared minus 20x plus 42, we notice that everything here can be divided by 2. So divide everything by 2. And you're left with x squared minus 10x plus 21. Okay? That part we are done. Step number 2. Place the ax squared and that c term and the c in the correct box placement. Look at this. Oh, by the way, don't do what I just did. Instead of what I just wrote down, it's preferable that you write it as 2 times x squared minus 10x plus 21. Don't get rid of the 2 quite just yet. Leave it here. Leave it outside of the parentheses, and that tells you that you divided by 2 from every single term. All right, going back to step number 2. Place the ax squared term and the c in the correct box placements. I got the ax squared from the standard form of the trinomial, which is ax squared plus bx plus c. So we put the first term and the last term inside the box first. Look only inside the parentheses though. If you factor something out, look inside the parentheses. So first we have x squared, and then our c is 21. What times what will give you x squared though? It's just x. So we can put x and x here. All we need to do is figure out this part and this part. So let's go to step number 3. Find the factors of c. Well, the factors of c are 21, 3 times 7, and is that it? 1 times 21. Yep, that is correct. Now, which of these can you add or subtract to get 10? Well, we can add 3 plus 7 to get 10. Can we add or subtract 1 and 21 to get 10? The answer is no. So let's look at 3 plus 7 is equal to 10. Oh, well, you might be wondering where I got 10. That's the b. In the x squared minus 10x plus 21, the b is the is the coefficient in front of the x, which happens to be, well, negative 10. So let's go back to the box again. We have x 21, x squared. Now these two boxes, this one and this one, they have to add up to b, which is negative 10. How would I do that? Well, we can maybe do negative 3 minus 7 will give you negative 10. Aha. Then these are the factors. Put this number right here. It can be x minus 3. And put the other number in the other side of the box. So now let's fill out the rest of the tabular. X times negative 3 is negative 3x. X times negative 7 is negative 7x. Do these two add up to negative 10x or b? If so, you have the correct factor, and the factor term of 2x squared minus 20x plus 42 is equal to 2 times x minus 3 times x minus 7, and voila, we are done. Next, let's learn how to factor this one. I will do this one for you. Step number 1. Is there anything we can factor out from all the terms? 3x squared, 4x, and minus 5. The answer is no. There's no number that we can multiply or divide from every single term, so the step 1 is mute. Mute. Step number 2. Place the ax squared and the c term in the correct box. Draw the Punnett square again. And we have 3x squared and minus 5. Make sure you bring the negative sign along inside the Punnett square. So what times what will give you 3x squared? Well, we know it's x times 3x will give you 3x squared. Step number 2. What are the factors of 5? The factors of 5 are 1 times 5. That's it. But how do we get plus 14 using these two factors? Well, we know that one of the factors here must be multiplied by 3. Let me do this as the multiplication sign. One of them must be multiplied by 3. Why? Because there's a 3x squared term. Therefore, one of the factors has a 3x in it. Well, let's try 1 times 3 and 5. Can we somehow get 14 using these two numbers? Can we add or subtract them? The answer is no. We can only either go as high as 8 or as low as 2. The answer is no. How about let's do 1 plus minus 5 times 3. Is it possible to get 14 here? Well, this is the same thing as 1 plus minus 15. And the answer is yes. We can do 14. We can do 15 minus 1 to get 14. Let's try it out. Now put what we just wrote down inside the box. We know this is x. This is 3x. X times 3x is 3x squared. And these two numbers together must multiply to negative 5. Now, here's a quick question. We multiplied 5 by 3. So does the 5 go here or here? Take a second to think about it. The answer should be up here. Because since we need to multiply 5 by 3, if we put the 5 here, it's multiplied by 1. Gives you 5x. We need to get 15 at the moment. Therefore, if you put it opposite the side of the number we need to multiply, 5 times 3 is 15x, and x times minus 1 is negative x. Now let's add these two together. Does that give you 14x? The answer is yes. Therefore, this is our factor term. Oops, my bad, guys. Therefore, the answer is 3x minus 1 times x plus 5. And now we are done. All right, thank you so much. Please do the rest of the problems over here. There's only 3. I thought I'd put 4. I guess 3 is fine. Yes, these three are fine. And once you're done, show it to me, and then we're good to go. All right, have a nice one, guys.